We are live. Okay, and I'm Kaylee, and this is my friend April from Thrifty Nerdy Mom. And before we get started with our Captain America chat tonight, I was going to go ahead and let April give a little talk about what her channel is about and also show us her ears she made. She made some nice ears for today.
Yay! Hey everybody, I'm April from Thrifty Nerdy Mom, obviously. But on my channel, I do a lot of Disney DIYs and Dollar Tree. And one of the DIYs I've done this week, which I haven't posted it, but is these Captain America ears. I'm a fabric hoarder and knew that Kaylee was going to invite me on here, and I was like, I need Captain America ears, so I just quickly did a pair of ears, and there you go.
And you're wearing a Captain America shirt?
Yes, I am. I have a large collection of Marvel shirts. It's a little out of hand.
Yes.
Honestly, it's out of hand.
And if you guys can see behind her, I believe we have a lot of Captain America pops too.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Anything Captain America. It's a thing in my family. If you see something Captain America that April doesn't have, get it for her.
Yes.
It's just a rule.
I know. And what's that projection behind you? Did your fiance set that up, or what is that?
It's just a captain shield. He randomly does it for me, and the little Captain America waving hello down there. Just Captain everywhere.
That is so cute, April. I'm very not dressed up for the occasion. I have my ears that are just like generic America and a black shirt, like I just always do. Hey, Allie.
Hey, Allie.
You misspelled my name, but I'll forgive you, friend. No, it's
I probably like autocorrect though.
No, I know. I love Allie. I'm just giving you a hard time. I love the little smiley face though. Don't hate me, Allie. I love you. Okay. Hey, Cassidy. I know. I talked to Cassidy earlier, and I was like, Cassidy, if you wanna pop in, guess who I'm having today? I'm having April, and I swear, I feel like y'all are like twin souls in a way. Like y'all just, I feel like, I don't know why. I just feel like y'all kind of remind me of each other, and so it's like your energy.
I can see it though.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, anyways, tonight we are talking about Captain America, the First Avenger.
Yay.
And this was the first Marvel movie I'd seen, except for the Avengers when I went and watched it, like, when it came out when I was like 14, which Cassidy was actually the one who convinced me to skip our after school practice for dance and go and watch that movie. And we got in big trouble.
I would say it's worth it.
Hey, Connor. Yeah, we got in so much trouble for doing that. It was our freshman year too. Cassie's like, oh, it's okay. Yeah, you were a bad influence. I was such a goody. Anyone that knew me in high school, such a goody. Like, it would have not happened without Cassidy's influence. Oh, Connor, watch him while working. Don't tell me.
Lips are sealed.
Yeah.
We won't tell if you don't tell, Connor.
Hey, Morgan. Thank you for popping in. All right. So anyways, this was my first Marvel movie experience in a long time. I can't remember that much even about Avengers, but not to call Cassidy out again, but Cassidy, if I remember correctly, was not the biggest Captain America fan. She kind of thought he was a little stuck up. I feel like I remember this. I could completely be wrong. Cassidy, you can defend yourself in the comments if that was an incorrect statement. But I kind of went around with that thought that he was kind of snooty from what Cassidy had told me. So when I went to go watch this movie, I was like, oh, I'm not really going to like it. But yeah, Cassidy said nope, didn't really like him.
That makes me a little sad.
Which is what I thought.
But I'll say the first Marvel movie I saw in theaters was Captain America.
Oh, okay. It was this one?
Yes.
Yeah, the first one.
My nephew was like, I want to go see this. And I was like, okay. So I went to go see it with him. And it's what started the ball rolling.
Yeah. Well, I knew I wanted to do this series because I love doing reaction videos. And I was like, I'll do Captain America, but I had really low hopes for this movie. Jake says, that's the type of thing I would do, to be honest, skipping school to see the Avengers. Yeah. I didn't skip school normally, but it technically was not school. It was after school practice. So it was not as bad. But yeah, Cassie says she likes him now. Yeah. And I do too. I didn't like him because I remember seeing him in Avengers and Cassidy had kind of told me that. And I was like, oh, like nothing he did in Avengers really stood out to me. And I liked Iron Man, which no one else does. No one likes Iron Man. No one likes him.
And that's why there's Civil War, because you're like, it's usually either Iron Man or Cap.
We'll have to get you back on for Civil War, which I didn't make it through the second movie. I've only seen the first Iron Man movie, but I'm like waiting for that moment when I start not liking him like everyone else. But the first movie, like, because when I saw this first Captain America movie, I was like, okay, this is really, really good. And he may be my favorite because I loved this movie. Mm-hmm. But then I saw Iron Man and I was like, no, I like Iron Man more than this one. And I hate, don't throw tomatoes at me, but that's kind of how, I don't know. I don't know when people started hating Iron Man. Maybe it was the first movie, but not for me. So far, I like him probably the best, but, I know you disagree, April.
He does redeem himself. I like, not spoiling anything, but like in game, he totally hit it out of the park with me. A little bit of Iron Man 3, which I mean, not a lot of people like Iron Man 3, but it was a slow kind of rolling where I'm like, eh. And then Civil War, I was like, I don't like you anymore. Go away.
Well, I'll wait for the day that I don't like him. I saw some Iron Man ears on Etsy and I'm holding off on buying them in case I do change my mind because I'm I don't think so. I'm very loyal and I don't know, like, because I kind of gravitated towards him in Avengers, even though he has I remember Cassidy in theaters was like, he has this little arrogant attitude. And I'm like, I don't know though. Is there something about him? I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, Steve says Iron Man 3. Boo! I haven't seen it yet, but
a lot of people like Iron Man 3. Some people are loyal and like, I like Iron Man, but some people, a lot of people don't.
I'm very easy to please. I will say that. Like I am. Like I will watch crap sometimes if I love the characters. I seriously I will do it. So I mean, we'll see. Morgan disagrees at what it's about.
The first two Thor movies, not a lot of people like them, but I love Thor and Loki. So
yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see all those. But this movie definitely changed my mind. Well, I do love a good redemption story. I always root for the kind of like the deviled redeemed kind of character. I do. I root for the one that you just, the one that needs to change a little bit, the little redemption. So anyways, we'll see. I may change my mind and Captain America may be my favorite. Cause I feel like if Iron Man isn't my favorite anymore, it probably would be Captain America. Cause I really did love him in this movie. Now, April, we'll get on our little topic here since we kind of had a little side story for Iron Man. So what is it about a Captain America, about this movie that really drew you into Marvel and made you start being a fan for Marvel?
I loved that he just was willing to put himself on the line. Like that one scene where he covered the grenade, when he thought it was going to go off. That's immediately what drew me in. I was like,
yeah,
I love you.
That was one of my favorite scenes.
It's a really good scene. And then just you root for the little guy, and then the little guy isn't little anymore, and it's just
yeah.
I love Captain America.
Yeah.
It was my first experience, so I feel like it's just a first love type of thing almost.
Yeah. Katie says she's at work and can't use the sound, but she loves the ears.
Oh, thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. Yeah, those are really cute ears. No, I agree. I remember I got a little bored. I tried to watch it one time before and I was younger and I didn't. I was so bored. And now I rewatched it and I really like it. But I think what I was kind of bored in the beginning, I guess, because like before he changed and whatever. But it really is a sweet story. Like he just wants to like be, you know, in the military, and he just wants to help his country. And he's so like when he, like you said, that grenade scene, oh, my heart. Like I tell you, who does that? Like probably no one in real life, but you know, bless his little heart. It was so good. Now I wonder how, and you may know this, April. This was a question I had on my reaction video. Was how did they do the before and after, do you think, for him being so little, and then like the after where he was that just CGI or something? What was going on? Okay,
it was Chris Evans, but they kind of like how they do de-aging and stuff like that, or not de-aging.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, de-aging actually. They did that, and I liked it. Like at first, I didn't know it was him. Like when I first saw it, but I thought they did a great job, especially for the time. Like it's not too off. So I know it is Chris Evans.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with it. It was that scene where he has his transformation is one of my favorite scenes.
Where Peggy like, touches his peg.
Oh yeah, no, look, I died.
That was actually improvised. That wasn't in the script. Like she just walked up to me like
I feel like that would be my first reaction to wouldn't it be your first reaction? I feel like I'd just be like, oh, whoa. Like I wouldn't have been able to say anything. I would just been like, okay. Like it's the same person. We're fine. Oh wait, is Steve your fiance?
Steve is my fiance.
Oh, hey. I was like, wait a second.
But we always had the joke that like I picked him because his name is Steve.
Oh, that's so funny. I like that. Yeah. And Jake says the CGI was surprisingly well done. It was. I mean, it really was. Yeah. And I think they did a good job. I mentioned this in my reaction. I think they did a good job with like setting up the scenes and the settings and doing like the train when they were on the train and just all the kind of framework for the world. I think they did a really good job. It was very immersive. And I mean, this movie came out in 2011. And I mean, they did really good. I mean, for that to have been 10 years ago and we've come as far as we have, but I think they did.
I didn't realize it was 10 years ago.
10 years ago. And I'm just now watching it. Yeah. So behind in life. Yes. Okay. So, which I feel like anyone who is watching this probably already knows about the other movies. So I just want to say real quick though, if you are listening to this and you do not know about the other movies, then like there's gonna be some spoilers, I guess, a little bit. Not too much, April. Don't spoil me too much. I don't know a lot. But basically I had a question, which was like, you know, we want to talk about her favorite parts of the movie. But first I really want to know. So like the heartbreaking parts of this movie, there are several, I feel like, that are very heartbreaking. Dr. Erskine, I can't remember how you pronounce his name exactly. Stanley Tucci. Yeah, Stanley Tucci. His character, I mean, that broke me a little bit. I was so sad. And I'm not even like Stanley Tucci. I'm a fan of him. I finally have gotten over my trauma from seeing him in The Lovely Bones and that freaking me out for life and having this visceral hate of Stanley Tucci from that movie. I did really like him in this movie. And so that was sad. The whole Bucky thing. And then, you know, of course, like our ending scene. So April, to you
was terrible.
Yeah. So is that, would you pick the ending scene you think is the most like heartbreaking moment in the whole movie?
I feel like he had a little bit more emotion, like in that end credit scene. Like the very end scene where he goes into the ice, like that was very like just kind of like, oh. And then he woke up and was like running around and it's like I had a date, and I was like,
oh yeah. Oh, which I mean, I feel like with Bucky, I don't think there was a whole lot of emotion with that bit.
Surprisingly,
was there?
no.
There wasn't, and I'm just now thinking about it. I'm like, there really wasn't. You would think there would have been more emotion in that scene, in that moment for him. Bucky would have shown more emotion. Okay. Because Bucky, that scene where like they're like, where are they? They're in like the warehouse or something. They're in somewhere, and it's like when he's just saved Bucky, and Bucky's like, I'm not leaving without you, because he's like trying to, and I just died. Like that scene, I was like, I'm the biggest Bucky stan right now. I just loved it. So Bucky would have had a moment, okay, if it would have been roles reversed. So I'm like, that was kind of odd thinking back on it. I don't
like not gonna like go too in depth in it, but like I feel like every like movie Bucky's in, he has a little moment and he gets you.
Yeah. I do know, which this is kind of the spoiler if you like have not seen otherwise. I do know Bucky's not like dead. I don't exactly know how he comes back or what the whole deal is with him coming back. I've heard he's different. I heard I'm not going to like him, which makes me sad because I love Bucky. I hope I do still like him, but people seem to think I won't. But that makes me happy that you say that, April, that there's going to be a moment.
Yeah. There's I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
My favorite Captain America, well, my favorite Marvel movie ever is like the second Captain America, and there's like a big type of turn with Bucky, and you still have moments though. Like there's just little moments when you see Captain and Bucky, and like that's what I really love about them together.
Yeah,
in general.
Well, he's one though too. I mean, even if like I don't know a lot about that situation, even if he's like a bad guy, it's gonna be like the Iron Man situation where I already love Bucky, okay, and there's always gonna be a part of me that loves Bucky, and I will just, I will defend him at some point to the end. It's just how I am as a person. Jake, apparently his saddest moment probably was the end, because he said Steve and Peggy just wanted to have a dance. I was really, that was a good ending. It was a good punch at the end. And because if you guys have seen my reaction video, I was kind of critical about that scene. That was kind of the last scene between them where they were talking. And I was just like, is this really how the last scene is going to go? Like, I mean, you're not saying like, I mean, I know that he can't really say he loves her, which is what I was wanting, even though that's not like realistic, because they didn't even like date really or anything. But, I was like, this is just such a weird like chat to have right before you're about to die. I mean, but then it makes sense though at the very end where he was like, I had a date. And like that it hit it hit right, but it took a moment. It took a moment because in the scene before I was like, what is this? Like what kind of romantic ending is this?
Marvel really plays that out like throughout the whole like.
Yeah.
What would you just go through phase 4? Are we starting phase 4?
We're starting phase 4, I think.
Okay, so for the first 3 phases, like they really like kind of puppeteer that relationship back and forth, just like with the whole Bucky thing. They kind of like puppeteer with that too.
Let me tell. I'm excited for this new Bucky series. Right, he's the Winter Soldier, and I'm so upset. Like, I just want to know, what do I have to watch so I can start this series on time? Because I want to start the series on time. But then I'm like, do I need to be completely like, how much do I need to watch? Because I don't know. I don't want to like spoil myself or get like, I mean, I already did watch WandaVision without knowing anything. So
I think in order to get the Bucky, like the Bucky character that he is kind of now, you have to watch the second one. And then to kind of get the relationship between him and Falcon, you have to watch Civil War.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, like the second one, I know I could probably watch without watching like a lot of other things, but then Civil War, I feel like I need to watch a lot of other things before I watch Civil War.
Did you watch Age of Ultron yet? No.
Okay, I've seen this one, the first Captain America, Iron Man 1, a little bit of Iron Man 2, like the first 10 minutes. Avengers forever ago. But I feel like I know enough about the first Avengers. I could maybe skip that one if I needed to. And then I know what WandaVision spoiled for me. Basically, that's the gist of what I know. So Morgan says just watch Legends. I don't know, Morgan. I don't want to I don't know. it's, I don't know. I don't know what to do. People tell me different things though. People tell me watch it in different orders and I don't know. Like, I don't want to like miss a lot of critical information. April, what is your thought? You're my expert guest here, so I'll take it.
If you want a quick clip, maybe watch Legends. But I definitely say watch number 2 and watch Civil War.
Okay. What do I need to watch before Civil War? Just all the Avenger ones?
I feel like you know enough from Age of Ultron that you can, and they explain a little bit of Age of Ultron and Civil War, that I don't think you'll be missing too much.
Okay. I don't know. I might try to do this because I want to watch it on time, you guys. I cannot, because I just know that I'm going to get spoiled if not, and I just want to know. Like, I want to be able to watch it in real time. I'm definitely going to watch it, Jake, and I've heard it is very, very good.
It's my favorite Marvel movie out there.
Yeah, I heard it's very good. So I'm excited. So yeah. So back to my questions about this first movie, which we talked about this a little bit, April, in pre-show, but just to say it again, since we're on air, you said you have read some of the comics, but not related to like this part of
kind of touching
the universe.
Like, I read more of the Civil War comics just because everyone was trying to figure out who was going to die in Civil War, and like it's more like just kind of touch here and there type of comics.
Yeah,
not in-depth reading.
Okay. So you weren't like too. So I mean, which you said too that you you didn't really. I guess you didn't know a whole lot about Marvel. Like, you were kind of like me going into it, right? Like, you didn't know a whole lot about Marvel when you saw this movie?
Right. I had kind of seen Iron Man in the background type thing, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But from, like, I'm originally, like, the Batman from '89 fan. Like, Batman was really it for me back in the day.
Yeah.
And wasn't ever really into Spider-Man and stuff like that, but, like...
I love Spider-Man.
I feel like I was at like a weird age when Spider-Man came out, and I was kind of
yeah. I was so little, and I just loved it. I love Toby, which we won't get into the whole Toby conversation here, but go on.
But like I said, my nephew was like, "I really want to go see this," and I was like, "Okay, I'll take you." And we arrived like 15 minutes late, and we sat down and stuff, and I started watching it. I was like, I need more of this. Yeah. And so, like, ever since, we would go like to most of them like in theaters together. And I missed second Thor and second Captain America in theaters due to like having Emma. Like, Emma was a baby and I didn't really get to go. But other than that, like, always there, like within the first week.
Yeah. I just never was I don't know, it's odd because I grew up and I loved Spider-Man, and a lot of my friends and like my little elementary school boyfriend and middle school boyfriend, I remember, was obsessed with Batman and like all those movies, all the Batman movies. I've seen them all. I have, because he saw them all. So, I mean, I feel like growing up, I was into it. And then for some reason, even though it's like I went and I saw the Avengers one, I just never got that into like these movies. But yeah, this was really good. I wanted to talk about the villain for this movie, who is Schmidt, aka the Red Skull, which I didn't know his name was Red Skull while watching this, but I kind of looked it up a little bit after. He was so creepy. Like, all the shots they got of him when he like had his face off and he was just red, just a red skull.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so creepy. And they did a really good job with his shots, like the photo shots of him and making him a very scary villain. I was telling you though in pre-show, it cracks me up because he's such a scary villain to like look at, and he does do things like that ray that like disintegrated his like people, the guys that were coming to the little to the office or whatever, and they were like, oh, like our country's on here, and then he just like he just annihilates them. I mean, he's a scary dude, but then he like comes head to head with like Steve, and he's just like, what do you have that I don't have, and like what is it that makes you special? And I was telling April, I was like, it's like he's like, you know, this little like teenage girl that's like insecure. And that really cracked me up so much about this movie. Like when he has
like it was a parallel to Hitler though, because I feel like
Yeah.
Hitler was like really jealous and stuff like that. So I feel like
Yeah.
it was Marvel's way of paralleling to Hitler.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
at the same time.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. I mean, that was just hilarious though. Like the whole
It really-
scene. Oh my God. Like, cause that was just not the face up I was expecting, was this whole, like, what do you have? Like, why did it work on you? And what do you have that I didn't have? And, it was very interesting, but I mean, it worked really well because you still like really were freaked out by the guy. Cause I believe that was the same scene where he ripped his face off. I'm pretty positive. Wasn't it? I think it was.
I think there's a couple scenes where he just like, you're like,
and it just, yeah. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, cause I didn't see that coming, you know, him taking the face off.
I didn't either, but rewatching it, like a few months ago, I noticed that when he's doing the painting, there's like, he uses so much red, and I never like really picked up on that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh yeah, ding, ding.
Yeah, they did a good job with this movie. One of the questions I had to ask you was, do you have any complaints about this movie or any things that kind of irks you or that you didn't like? Or do you think it's just like
it was that for me? But no, not that I can think of really. I think where a lot of people have issues later on is that they relate back to older movies, and this being like the start of the phase, like before Avengers, there's not like a lot to, and it's the first Avenger, like chronologically it's the first movie. There's not a lot to like nitpick at, I think.
Yeah, I didn't really have a lot either. Like I was trying to think of something that I didn't like about it. I think it was just a really well done movie. And I think, like you said too, though, it being so early on in the franchise, I think the further on you go, it's like the hard, like some people, and I know sometimes comic book people too, that's where you can really, you really can get in trouble with them because, you know, like the biggest relation I can get is like the Harry Potter movies, and like when you read the book and then you see the movie and you're like, oh, but it has to, you know, and that, I think comic book fans are that way, and that's like, and I don't blame them because like I said, I was definitely that way, like with Harry Potter and reading the books, and like there were certain things I was like, this has to be in, like if it's not in the movie, I'm so upset, and sometimes it wouldn't be. Hey, Ajana Claire.
Hey.
Thanks for popping in. Which April just made Jean Claire some really pretty ears. I just wanted to tell you again. I don't know if you saw my comment earlier, April, but you're just so talented. You guys, April's channel is linked down below in the description. If you've not checked her out, April is so talented. Like we showed at the beginning of the chat, she made those Captain America ears, but she is so talented with not just ears, but like all these different crafts. And she's having Marvelous March this month. So if, you know, obviously if you're watching this, you probably love Marvel, or you just love hearing me ramble on, but probably the prior, you know. So definitely check April's channel out.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So go, April, were you going to say something?
She sent me a video earlier. I was talking about in the comment. If she's driving in her golf cart and she's wearing the ears, and so I was next to her, like eating some French fries. And it's just like, it made my day.
That is so funny. Yeah, she said I wore my Tiana ears all around my neighborhood.
I'm glad they're comfy enough to wear around all day too. Because park ears are.
I thought it was just me and my like abnormally large head, but apparently it's not. Apparently it's not. Okay, so let's talk really briefly about Peggy and Steve. Okay, what are your thoughts on them? Like, I don't know all of the couples for Marvel yet. I know some, but how do they rank up for you in terms of like Marvel couples and like, obviously heartbreaking. I do know a little bit about their story. Like I do know I'm not completely unspoiled about future stuff. I do know a little bit about like kind of how they have some, what goes on in the future. But yeah. What do you think about it?
Don't see too much in this one, but
No.
I feel like it's a first love and first sight type thing. Like you just kind of know sometimes, and they just kind of
Yeah.
knew. But
Yeah.
you see them later on in different movies, and it gets more heartbreaking as you go.
Yeah.
Civil War did something that made me a little angry. I'm just gonna say that.
Now I want to know. Oh, darn it.
Like it's a scene that makes me a little angry, but like it also redeems itself. Like at the same time, like it's
Yeah.
a conflicting scene for me.
I've seen, again, spoiler a little bit for people who I doubt anyone who's watching this has not seen any of the other ones, but I just say spoiler just to be safe. Jake knows what you're talking about. I don't. I've seen, okay, I know Morgan. So that's gross. Okay, she has some feelings.
I feel like she has very strong feelings towards things.
Yeah. Well, okay, so in terms of them, I feel like I saw something, it was like a flat, like they were going back in time or something during one of them. I saw that, and then I saw where like she had passed away and he was like a pallbearer at her funeral. So those were the two I have seen. So I know that much.
Yes. So the time travel is Endgame.
Endgame.
So
okay.
that is and then the pallbearer scene was Civil War. So Endgame happens after Civil War. So
oh yeah, well, that's crazy. Not in relation to what you're referring. Morgan is not even referring to what we were talking about. Morgan's just that. She just hates it though.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I cannot speak on it yet. I just am excited to get to that point and to know what all is going on. Because I do know some things. It's just not, not everything's in context. And then also like, I just know everyone hates my man. So it's okay.
I will say though that if you watch Civil War and you're an Iron Man fan,
no.
you're gonna hate Bucky.
Oh, but I love them both. That might be the end of me and Iron Man. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I just, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Speaking of Iron Man and also speaking of our Captain America, you know where this is going. I really appreciate Howard Stark in this movie. I was telling April when I was making my notes, I was like, I literally put as a note, Howard Stark equals fine wine, because I don't know, something about that actor in that time period. I was like, he just was attractive, and I just kept thinking that every time I saw him, and I was like, dang. But anyways, that's just random side thought. But I did like him in this movie, and then like I saw Iron Man, and I was like, I don't know if I really am supposed to still like him, or if he wasn't necessarily a bad person from what I understand, but like I don't know, it got kind of murky in Iron Man about whether or not I could still love Howard the way I did in Captain America, or whether or not I needed to just pretend I didn't like him in that movie.
I feel like the Howard Stark character is just kind of murky in general.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of father-son tension that kind of gets worked through, and it goes all the way to Endgame.
Yeah. I did see one scene from their flashback through time. I did see one scene with him, and it was sweet. But daddy issues, yeah.
There are daddy issues.
Yeah. Iron Man 2 goes into detail with Howard. Yeah, not because a lot of people I do think probably saw Iron Man before Captain America because Iron Man was released prior. I did not do that, but I liked Howard in this one because I appreciated, obviously because he was a cutie, but I appreciated, like at the very end, I love the scene where he was like, we're going to keep looking for Steve, I don't know what it was about that moment. I did really enjoy that moment though. I thought that was just a nice little note for him that they were going to keep, like they found the Tesseract, but he was like, no, I want to keep looking for Steve too. And I don't know, to me, it was sweet. It could have been for other reasons, but I don't know. I felt like he didn't have bad intentions necessarily in Captain America from what I took from it. So
Tony in Civil War throws up in Cap's face a lot that they knew each other and stuff like that too. So
yeah,
like I said, there's like a little work through all the movies.
Yeah,
they tie in so well.
As Morgan says, daddy issues.
Yes, there's a lot of daddy issues in Civil War.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it though. I really am. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I feel like if you can read like quip notes for Winter Soldier, you can maybe skip Winter Soldier.
No, girl, I can't do that. No.
If you need to.
See, I feel like if I have to start Winter Soldier and Falcon, whatever, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, if I have to start that late, then I will start that late. But I don't want to like skip like whole things, I feel like I can maybe skip, and people have told me this, like the Hulk standalone movie.
Yes, you can.
I don't know about Thor because I know the Loki is from Thor and Loki factors into Avengers, but is it just Avengers 1 he factors into? Because if it's just Avengers 1, then I've already seen Avengers 1, so no. Okay, then I need to watch all. Okay. I can tell that face. It's more than just the one.
Yeah. I will say I'm not sure about the series though. Like because he kind of Morgan says no skipping.
You can't do that to Bucky.
I mean, skip the.
I'm dead. I know everyone's like, you can't skip. Okay, I know. I'm not skipping, you guys. I can't tell you how many comments I've got though that have said just go straight Avengers and like don't even worry about anything else. And I'm like, I mean, I get that, but
to get to where you need to watch the series, I'm just saying, I feel like the two Captain America movies, which Civil War shouldn't be a Captain movie or a Captain America movie, it should have been just like a Avengers movie.
Yeah, Avengers.
Don't get me started on that one. But
yeah.
I think that'll catch you up to where the series is. But to get to Loki, I'm not exactly
when is Loki starting?
June 11th.
Oh,
no,
I got time.
Yeah, June 11th.
I got time.
You got time. And plus, I feel like there would be time in between. And I feel like that's where it's messing you up. There's not that much time in between WandaVision and
I know
Winter Soldier.
Which, Lord help y'all, I cannot start reacting to anything without seeing it all because I get that every comment. What? Why are you watching it? I'm sorry. If anyone's on here, I don't think so. But sometimes I had someone on here one day that was like, I was one of those comments, and I'm like, I'm not being mad or anything. It's just literally every comment. So, what? Let's storm the castle like Gaston up in here. What?
Which castle are we storming?
What are you talking about? What? I'm very confused. One last question about the order because I just want to say, so like Iron Man 3. Do I have to see Iron Man 3 before I do the Avengers movies? Because I do know what happens at the end of is it Endgame? Is Endgame the last one? I'm assuming
Endgame's the last one.
Yeah, I do know what happens at the end of Endgame for my boy. But do I need to watch the third one before I watch the Avengers? Because that's my question. Because I'm going to watch Captain America's, but I'm not going to worry about too many of the side stories right now and just watch Avengers. Yeah, I do.
I'm trying to think. Iron Man 3 is...
Oh, he says everyone was getting heated about no skipping, and I just wanted to lead the revolt. No, it's okay.
I'm not saying don't like forever skip. You should totally go back and watch like all of them. I'm just trying to catch you up.
Yeah, I mean, I could have just, I would really have pissed people off instead of responding to people and saying, yeah, I'm going to go back and watch them all. I could have just said, no, I'm just going to watch WandaVision. Like, that's it. Well, one and done. Yes, to know the premise of Tony's issues. Okay. Okay. I'll watch it, even though people say it sucks. We'll see.
It's not great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm also not an Iron Man fan, so I feel like that's kind of where I'm like, oh, you skip it.
Yeah, which the Iron Man show is next week, so we won't talk too much. And I feel like someone told me they would be on that show with me, and now I cannot recall because no one likes him but me. So it may just be me. Like, that might be it. And that's okay. I'll just spend my hour talking about this is what, this is why I love him. Iron Man 2 is the worst. I've only seen a few minutes of it, actually. I don't think I finished it. It was like 20. Oh, Morgan, you're going to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Morgan doesn't like him, but it's okay. It's okay. I quit trying.
So we're okay.
I quit trying to get someone on that liked him because there was no one. So, but I'm here and I will stand up for him. Kinda. Just don't spoil me too much, Morgan. I know. I actually don't mind. Come on the show next week with us, Connor. If you like him, okay. If you can make it. Yeah, Morgan, it's going to be a roast. I'm just going to title it Iron Man Roast. And that's what the show is going to be next week, I guess. Because, I mean, I don't know enough. Like, I know the first movie. And I know, okay, in the second one, I'll say from what I've seen, he was a little arrogant. I don't know if it comes down to the arrogance with people, if that is what it is. But I can see the arrogance. But I also did watch... a Pepper and Tony montage, and I just appreciated that. So I'm just saying. Anyways, I'll shave my beard like his. Okay. I don't know. Anyways, Connor, really come on the show for real. You and Morgan and me would have a blast.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, and everyone's just gonna be roasting on him, and I'm gonna be like, oh, but. He has some moments. I'm gonna have to rewatch the first Iron Man to have something to talk about. That's not.
He does have some moments. I'll give him that. He does have some moments. Okay. He's not my favorite.
Redeems Tony and Pepper. Okay, I don't want to get too much. We'll save it for next show. I'm sorry. Because I can talk, and I'm not going to talk. Like, this is Captain America. We're going to get back on Captain America. But we will talk about it next week, Morgan. Okay, we're going to talk about. I'm going to do my Tony and Pepper research. I'm going to try to finish Iron Man 2, potentially Iron Man 3, and then we're gonna go. But like, I poor April. I've dragged her on this show. All we're doing is talking about Tony.
It's fine. I mean. Tony and Captain are the two leaders of the Avengers. So, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. Really quick, I'm going to get back to your comment, Jake, because before we get back, Morgan is going to make it a Comedy Central roast of Iron Man. Yes, she is. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay, Jake says, in Avengers Age of Ultron, you may not like what Tony causes. Okay, I will say, from and I could be completely wrong, so don't judge me. But from what I know from WandaVision and Legends, right? I know Ultron was kind of created around the time that Vision was created, right? Or something like that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I don't know. But I know Ultron, like, I think I heard someone say this, and I might have seen it. Like, Vision's solution was to do one thing or whatever. And then Ultron thought that he needed to, like, annihilate people or something like that. So Ultron essentially, I know, went bad, and I'm assuming Tony's partly, like, he's the one that started the whole Ultron situation, maybe. But that being said, I mean, I don't hate Tony because of that, but I may once I see the movie and I see the context and I like do all that. But I don't know. We'll see. Don't hate me. saying that it's just sparked a bulb. You have to watch Winter Soldier and Civil War. Yeah, I am a Morgan. Do not worry, my friend. I am going to like everyone at home. Everyone at home watching this. I am going to watch all of the movies eventually. And it's okay. Do not riot. Do not bring a revolt. Okay. Let me see what else I want to talk about with this one. Okay, we talked about a lot of it. Then we have to have a Captain versus Iron Man talk. Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna lose. I'll have to. It's like in high school, we used to have these conversations, and we would people would get on one side of the room or the other, right? You know, to have these all out conversations. And we had this one. Now, Morgan, you don't teach English though, but Morgan's a teacher. But it was for this thing called The Lady or the Tiger, right? And this is, I promise this has relevance here. But anyways, so the guy, you had to vote, do you think that the woman chose for her lover to be with another woman or to meet a tiger instead of being with another woman or something like that? And everyone thought that she chose the tiger. And I was one of the only ones, me and one other person were the only ones that picked the lady. And I feel though, that's what's going to happen in this situation is I'm going to have to go for Iron Man regardless, because I have to defend the one that doesn't have anyone to defend him. So anyways, Marvel debate team. It's what it's going to become. But I love doing it in high school. So
Civil War really was a civil war.
Captain America Civil War fits for a captain. Yeah, it does. You know what? For Civil War, I'll try to get you guys my schedule of when I'm planning to do which video. And when we do Civil War, clear your schedule, fan. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. As many people as we can get on here. We're going to have a versus. It'll be fun. But yes, one thing I really wanted to quickly talk about, and then we can kind of wrap it up. This is kind of just a random also side note because I love seeing people from other shows. But if any of you guys liked Game of Thrones and watched Game of Thrones, I thought it was hilarious that Marjorie from Game of Thrones, Natalie Dormer, was in this Captain America movie. And essentially her character, I said in my reaction, it was like her audition tape for Marjorie. Essentially, it was very good, very similar to Marjorie. I really did hate her character in this movie though, because obviously you want him with Peggy, you don't want him with that, with Lorraine, and you don't want Lorraine throwing herself at him. And but I thought it was good. I mean, it was kind of a random thing to put in there, but I think it made sense because he was kind of the poster boy or whatnot. So it made sense to have someone throwing herself at him, and you have to put a little jealousy for Peggy, which I would be jealous too, because he got because she went from, no offense to him beforehand, she probably, she wouldn't have had a lot of competition the first time, with him before he had all that, the muscles and whatnot. And then he got all the muscles, and now she's having to kind of watch her man because she's got some people wanting him now, It's funny. I was going to say too, I just thought about this scene. I loved that scene it was when him and Bucky were at the fair with those two girls. Mm-hmm. And he offers that girl popcorn or something. And that girl gives him a death glare. And she is how dare you offer me food?
Oh, so good.
It was so crazy. It was just...
I did get through that before I fell asleep last night. And I noticed he's going to introduce Steve to the girl. And he's like, what did you tell her about me? And he's like, only the good part.
Oh, I love Bucky. I do.
Bucky is good. Bucky.
Well, he's one, I liked him and stuff. He didn't there was nothing about him in this entire movie that made me really love him up until that part where We've already talked about it, but I just want to say it again because it was that really good moment, like when he got Bucky out when he was being held captive or whatever. And Bucky's like, I'm not going to leave you. And it was such an emotional, like he said it in such an emotional way. It was so beautiful. And I just love scenes like that. Like when they can really bring the emotion, unlike when Bucky died and we didn't get that really emotional moment. I love Bucky. I mean, Sebastian Stan's just a fantastic character.
Okay.
Oh,
so even Marvel sprinkles in like little emotional moments and it like ties back to that relationship. I feel like they do it with Peggy too, but like through the other Captain America, like you'll see little pieces of Bucky and Steve's relationship that you're like, oh my God, that's why like they're like this type of thing. And another thing about Sebastian Stan, even though like he's not necessarily a good guy in the second one, I love watching like the fight choreography for like the second and the third Captain America movies. Like I'm a nerd about it. Like I always watch the fight choreographies.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. It's so funny. And Cassidy had mentioned it in a comment earlier. I love a good redemption story. I love fighting for someone who is having a hard time. And there's just a lot. I just always do. I gravitate towards that one. I always in like couplings I do, and just anytime I'm always gravitating towards the one that I'm like, they're a little rough around the edges, and I don't know. So I'm excited to see. I hope I still like Bucky, and even if he's like kind of bad, I feel like if I can understand why he is the way he is, and I can feel like there's still something, in like you said, there's still moments of Bucky where you can maybe see the old Bucky. Yeah. So well, I'll say hopeful for that. What's the third Captain movie? Is it Civil War?
It's Civil War, but there's debates on it not being really a Captain America movie because there's more Iron Man scenes than Captain America, I think.
Does that mean he won? Don't tell me. And Connor loves Natalie Dormer, which she does a good. Have you seen Game of Thrones, Connor? Have you seen it? She does a good job. And I hated her in this movie as a character, but I do like Natalie Dormer. It will make you like Bucky more. Civil War. Well, April doesn't agree with that.
You being an Iron Man fan, I don't think so.
Well, okay, I'll say this much. Like, I can be an Iron Man fan and still, like, I can be a fan of people on two different sides. I will say that. I say this now, and maybe I'll be wrong. I'll pull back this clip when I do see this movie, and if I can't, then, But I typically can be pretty, I can like both and understand where both are coming from. Now, if Bucky was like the one, to have that, if that was Bucky, then no, yeah, Bucky's, got to be dead to me if that's what happens. But like, it's not, I don't think, but like, April, don't even joke with me. I'm like 99.9% sure it's not. So don't.
Considering one of your off like comments about this movie, you're really not going to like Bucky.
But it's Civil War, right? That you told me I wouldn't like Bucky.
Yeah, I'm talking about, sorry, not Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier will break your heart for Bucky. Like you'll be like, oh damn. But or darn, sorry.
How dare you, April? It's G-rated. I'm joking. It's fine.
But Civil War, you're like, oh.
You're gonna.
It's a punch to the gut.
It's so torturing. But see, okay, again, I people know. I hope. Okay, if you don't know what happens at the end of Endgame, just I'm sorry, just mute it or whatever. But I know I feel like everyone has again. But no, I feel like unless Bucky is literally the one that kills him, I'm not gonna hate Bucky. Why are you doing that, April? Why are you making me?
He doesn't kill Tony Stark.
Oh, does he kill like the Iron Man suit?
No. Well, no, he doesn't.
Oh, wait, is it the reason that he has to have the other thing in his chest? I've seen that before. Like there's something going on.
No, he already has that other thing in his chest. Like,
oh, okay.
He still uses like,
this is like
that
charade.
suit. He still uses that suit type of thing.
Okay.
And there's a big fight at the end, and like there's things, but there's a reason for that fight that you're really, really not going to like. And if you're an Iron Man, I feel like you just need to go watch Civil War as soon as we get off here.
Wait, okay, hang on. How far down is Civil War though? Wait.
I'm telling you.
Because I don't know. This is okay. And let me tell you about this. I don't think Cassie's on anymore, but Cassie can tell you. I'm the biggest spoiler junkie there is. I love spoilers. I don't really care. I can watch a movie after getting spoilers, and I'm like, for the most part, I'm okay. The only one, freaking Sons of Anarchy, that one got spoiled for me, and that was the worst spoiling ever. But most times, I'm okay with it. And I feel like this I'd probably be okay with. But also, if I'm going to do reactions, I don't want to be too spoiled. I think he's unreasonable in that fight.
Are you talking about Captain?
Yeah, who are you talking about in that one?
Captain does get a little carried away.
My baby. Okay. Hang on. That's chronological though. I don't want chronological. Okay. Wait. So I've seen Iron Man, Avenger. A lot. Okay, is the answer to that. Essentially, I have to still see.
Oh, Tony's
Avengers I've already seen. Tony's unreasonable. Okay.
Yes.
Thor. Which do I need? I guess I need to.
You can kind of skip Thor.
Which I tried to see Thor when I was younger, and I thought it was so boring.
I feel like you just need to see the very end of Thor.
Like Iron Man 3, Thor: Dark World, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, and then Civil War. So I'm essentially 8 movies away from Civil War. Yeah. Tony was a bit unreasonable. Morgan, I know, babe. I know you want me to skip Thor.
I feel like you can just watch the very end. I don't like telling people they can skip because I could watch the whole thing. But to get caught up, kind of like just you can watch the end of Thor and it'll kind of get you to Avengers. And then watch Avengers, watch Civil War definitely. You can maybe skip Dark World. I don't think that's too need to know things. It's just there's a couple things that you might need to know for the Lady Thor series.
Yeah.
Wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 3, so I would personally skip it. But Civil War is just as big as Age of Ultron.
Yeah. We'll just see what I can do, guys. We'll just see what I can do. But now April's making me want to go binge watch. But I really...
I'm telling you, just go watch Civil War. If you... Well, you got to know how Bucky got to
Katie's very adamant here. Yes, she is. I want to go back to one comment really quickly because I cannot let it slide, and that is Sons of Anarchy was so good. It was so good, Connor. It was. Let me tell you, though, that my friends spoiled the big plot twist, not in the last season, but the finale right before the next to last season. You know which one I'm talking about, Connor. It was so I went into it knowing that. Just saying. Yeah.
And I agree with Morgan's comment. You could just watch 2 and go back.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys for all of the
You have seen
advice.
reminders from Steve and another person.
That was my Google Home. Sorry.
Oh, it's like, what?
It has. I have like a notification to remind us to give him a medicine every night. So I'm sorry.
Aw. You can always go back, and that's true. I feel like I have to finish Iron Man 2 because I have started it and I have to finish it. Don't sleep and just binge until your live stream with Morgan tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I can't do that either. I probably will try to watch some tonight of Iron Man 2 maybe, and then I don't know, then try to catch up. But I will see. I will say this much, even if like I'm gonna try to do reaction videos for every single one, but the live shows, I'm gonna try to do, my goal is to do the live show when I release the reaction. It may not work out that way, but I'm definitely gonna watch the movie the live show's about. And the plan is to go pretty much in order. So each week is gonna be a live show for a movie. So like next week is Iron Man. So it shouldn't be too much longer, maybe, but I'll let you guys know when our Civil War one is so you guys can prep for that, prep your arguments and
like
whatnot.
have little cue cards and like stand behind a podium.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to get Katie and Tim are gonna have to buy shirts for sure.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to buy a shirt because like I feel like I'm never prepared with the shirts. I mean, not Morgan, sorry, April and Tim and Katie. I mean, y'all just like y'all look awesome, and then I'm like just a random black shirt.
Five Below has great Jake. That's why I like you.
Yeah,
but Five Below has great Avengers shirts. If you want to catch up with some Avengers tees.
I do need to probably do that. Five Below. I do have one of those near me. But I don't know, you guys. Don't hate me for loving Captain America. He's not a perfect man, okay? He's not perfect. And I know I'm going to like have some more love and hate with him, but I mean, I don't know. I like people for different reasons. So, but I'm sure next week, guys, stay tuned for next week because Morgan's coming on the chat. We're going to try to drag Connor on the chat and just stay tuned because I mean, it's going to be like a civil war. Like a mini civil war, me and Morgan, got to fight for my man a little bit. So that's going to be good to watch for sure. April, is there anything you wanted to add before we wrap it up?
I want to give just a little hint to the next movie.
Okay.
We talked about one villain.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But there's another villain that like will pop up too. That's from the First Avenger.
Wait, so there's
really good.
So there's another villain from the First Avenger. I just watched this.
Like they're kind of team, but you don't think that he necessarily.
Oh, the doctor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's not a doctor. What is he? He's like a little lab.
He is a doctor. No, he is a doctor.
I didn't like him. I really thought he was going to like that scene. I just thought he was going to run. I thought this guy does not have a stomach for it. Like he's just going to go. Which if my partner had that face and was like disintegrating people, I mean, I'd probably run too. But
he had a hand in it. He had a hand more than you know. So it's really good. I like it.
Really quick, I want to do this comment, and then I do have one thing I wanted to talk about before we go. Jake says, in all fairness, I always switch between Iron Man and Cap regarding who's my favorite. It's so close. I like Iron Man, or I like Captain America, and I did think he was going to be my favorite. And I went into Iron Man with no preference because I saw it second. But I did, you said don't hate you for loving Captain America. Oh, no. I'm pretty sure I said don't hate me for loving Iron Man. I might have misspoke because I love Iron Man. Or you're just being sarcastic and trying to give me sense. No, but the thing I wanted to say, that one of my favorite parts in this whole movie was that scene where like it's one of his little henchmen, the one who killed Dr. Erskine. And then he runs and he's taken out like the lady, the older lady that ran the little, what is it called? Like the little, it's not a speakeasy, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the little hidden thing.
I don't know what to call it, but I
don't know. Speakeasy isn't the right word. But it's essentially that. But yeah, like that guy, and it grossed me out. Like I do know it wasn't his real tooth, but that scene, like where he like bit that thing, that little capsule in his mouth and did the poison, I about gagged. Like I might have actually gagged. I don't even know. I was so disgusted. But that was a good scene. And I loved that part where he like threw the kid in the water and you expect Captain America to like have to jump in and save the kid. And he's like, I can swim, go get him.
Yeah, that kid's great. I love that.
That was so good. Like, I love when movies do that. When they like, when you think you're like, oh, like, because when he had the kid, you're always like, oh, he's going to throw him in the water and then, he's going to get away because Captain America's got to save the kid. So like, I love when they go off of what is like predictable and they change it up a little bit, I think it just makes it very good. Jake, I agree. He cracks me up. I can see the arrogance, but anyways, that's for another chat, Jake. I hope you will join us next week. Maybe help me against Morgan a little bit. Anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I cannot believe I managed to cut this down to like just over an hour. For me, this is like, never have happened. I don't know. Johnny Claire's comments are kind of confusing me. Okay. Anyways, you can explain it later to me, Johnny Claire. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for coming and doing this chat with us. Thank you so much, April, for coming on. I really appreciate it. I knew when I was doing Captain America, of course, I had to ask you if any of you guys watch April's videos. Behind her is always like all these Captain America Funko Pops, and I was like, she's just like, this is her thing.
It's my thing.
It's her thing.
I have to show you this. Emma got me this for Christmas. Like my mom was like, let's pick something out for your mom, and Emma got this. Like she picked this one out, and I love that my daughter even knows to like pick me out Captain America stuff.
Oh,
and yeah, she also got me like a really cute Captain America shirt too.
Aw.
So yes, thank you so much for having me on for Captain America because I'm such a nerd for it.
Jake says that he loves your background, April.
Thank you, Jake.
And thank you for watching, Jake. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Now, are some of those Funkos, did you take those from your normal setup or are those just more? Okay.
Those two are from my normal setup, but these are my fiance's, which he actually has some Marvel ones. I bought him the like Lucha Libre Funkos because he wears a Lucha Libre mask on his stream, so it's very fitting.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I was going to say something real quick and I was like totally lost what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, it's totally okay. I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, thanks, Connor. I don't even know. But yeah, I did. I loved this movie. And again, thank you, April, for coming on. Like I said, her channel will be in my description box down below if you guys are not subscribed to her. And I will see you guys tomorrow if you want to watch my, it's going to be my like Disney March Madness versus, and that's going to be for the best sidekick. So that's fun. I'm actually going to have Morgan and Ajana Claire on that episode with me. And then next week, me and Morgan, and I'm going to try to drag Connor on. We're going to do Iron Man. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to do so. Yeah. And April, what do you have coming up on your channel?
What do I have Pie Day tomorrow, and I am making a Spider-Man pizza pie. So
You don't
It
even like
should be.
Spider-Man, do you?
I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
the new MCU Into the Spider-Verse too. That one
Okay.
got me too. So I'm
Was that
starting
one
to
the animated
Yes.
one? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the promo for that. That was one of my first reaction videos on here. That is since
Yes.
we're private. But yeah, no, I do. I'll look forward to that, April.
Yes, it should be fun. John Claire is also doing a pie too, so we'll have to check out hers too.
Right. Well, do you have anything else coming up that's kind of Marvel related for Marvelous March?
I'm hoping to get a few character ears out. I'm hoping to do a double-sided Bucky
Oh,
or
okay.
Winter Soldier, and I'm really hoping to get out a Loki one too. So
Jake, I knew I loved you, man. I didn't want to say anything else because I was like, I bring up Toby all the time.
I feel like if you grew up with him, that's fine if you like Toby.
I did. No, and I have it on VHS. I started watching him. He was probably my first superhero I ever watched when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I was so little. And I loved him. So yeah, I think it does matter. Like it matters sometimes, I think, who you start with. And yeah, that's a whole nother video that we're gonna have to have.
That is a whole nother video.
I feel like I need to have a video, which someone, I can't remember who it was, told me that Andrew Garfield was their favorite. So I need to have me, the only person I've ever met other than Jake, who likes Toby. And then I need to have an Andrew Garfield person. And then I need to have a Tom Holland person. And let's just go head to head with like our arguments.
That'd be a good one too.
Spider-Man off, But yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Wait, you thought he was mine. Are you talking about Andrew Garfield? I did think it was yours. Is that what you're talking about? You just text me, Morgan, because we got to go. Bye.
Bye.